This is Michael Coyle and
Danny Sanderson,
and we're here with Nico from the legendary Entombed A.D. How you doing, Nico?
Very good, thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, all of a sudden we got an arm, so it sounds like I'm supposed to say something, but basically, yeah, I'm doing very good. We just played a gig in Manchester. It was terrific. Audience was excellent. Everything was lovely, and I'm afraid to say, but I'm a bit high on myself.
Don't worry. Don't worry. We're writers in the metal magazine. I think. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Good.
Sides.
You've heard it all before.
Of course. Sides. It's a real pleasure to be talking to you, man. I mean, tonight you played a fantastic set of classics and also new material from Back to the Front. In your own personal opinion, how do you think the audience reacted to the new material?
Very much more than we expected, because it's always, anybody that has been to an Entombed show and wants to go to another Entombed show wants to hear the classics, obviously. So we didn't skip on that, but you think, I mean, always when you've had new songs, okay, let's just squeeze them in somewhere and see if people, not fucking throw tomatoes at us. Because I think this is what every band feels like when they have a new album. It's like you're really anxious, and so far it's gone down really, really well. I'm quite amazed and surprised and very grateful for the fact that people seems to be enjoying the new songs, not as much obviously because it's new and you've heard it on an album, but still you can tell when people are just like, okay, well, whatever, you got a new song, get on with the classics. I feel, and I think the rest of the band very much feel like it's been a very, very overwhelming welcome to the new ones. So we're happy for that. Thank you.
And of course, this is Entombed A.D's first UK tour. You came this year to the Bloodstock Festival, introducing yourselves as Entombed A.D. with the release of Back to the Front at that time released. I wanted to actually ask, from that Bloodstock show, did you think that was the beginning of something special with a new idea going for the band?
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, the band has been in all kinds of turmoil as of late, and that would be sort of a long time going, and it's been very much, how should we put it, different ideas of where to go, and now with all the, shall we say, adjustments made, everybody's really happy and really going for the same thing. So it's been quite a remarkable experience to play. I think it was second show since the whole starting of the recording, which is like now 1.5 years ago.
Oh, wow.
We played one show in Germany, which also was like mind-blowing, and then we come to Bloodstock. We didn't get no fucking lift from the airport, so we had to rent a car.
Oh, that's not fair.
And the sound man had to drive all the way. So we come to the backstage of Bloodstock like 20 minutes before showtime. And anyone who plays in any band will know that this is fucking stressful. So we get on stage and we got all this British fucking, where you fucking been, man? And everybody's not like, okay, cool that you're here. It's more like, you fucking twat, get on stage, get your gear going. Which is typically Britain, but we managed to do it on time. We had the shittiest fucking monitor ever, but still it felt like a supreme fucking victory, because we pulled it off and the audience really enjoyed it, and it was the kind of reception that said, fuck yeah, really happy to have you. And because I was expecting tomatoes and people with like Entombed original whatever fucking banners, and
yeah,
but none of that. It was all like as much love as you could expect from a death metal audience.
Well,
it was hate, love, you know, the good old mix.
I get what you mean there.
But yeah, no, it was a very, very proper welcome, and I really cheer everyone who was there, because we fucking needed it.
Well, among those people, I was one of the proud participants in the audience. I made sure to get there early because there was no fucking way I was missing seeing Entombed. It had been since 2009 since I first saw Entombed play the Bloodstock Festival and then support Amon Amarth. And when I saw Entombed A.D. on there, I thought to myself, you know what? There's no fucking way I'm missing that show, because honestly, in my opinion, also Dan here, Entombed is one of our massive inspirations as musicians, and it makes us proud to watch you guys do what you do best, and that is bring in the fucking death.
Oh shit! Cheers. What can I say? That wasn't really a question, and that I love it. But it was. I appreciate the fact that I mean we've been going at it hard for about 10 years. We lost some people due to silly fucking bullshit.
Is this to do with the two separate Entombs? One playing clandestine and another being AD?
Well, to be honest, there's not really two separate Entombs. They played that show because it was booked, and that's when the bullshit started. But from now and to this day, there's not two Entombs. There's just the one, and that's Entombed A.D. We changed the name to avoid legal horseshit that would render us inactive for, I mean, God knows how long.
Of course.
So for us, it's more of it's a continuing saga, and there's an addition to the name, but we're really the point of it all is just to continue what we've been doing for a long time, and because there's been some again horseshit, we decided really quickly that this is not going to stop us from doing, at the end of the day, what people want, you know, to hear good death metal. And the shall we say, adversary on the matter figured differently, and he was like, nah, holy shit, I don't want to play live and blah blah blah. So it's like, if you're in a death metal band and you don't want to play live, you should not be in a death metal band. And then, you know, so yeah, again, it's super fucking unreal to get that reception. And again, here in Manchester and everywhere we've been, I'm still waiting for that guy to throw me some fucking tomatoes. I'm not expecting him like, you know, a relative, but I'm expecting him as, you know, it's part of the damage calculation, and I'm really chuffed to say that it hasn't arisen yet. So it's all. It proves the fact that we were, you know, contemplating before we decided to go forward, that people just want good fucking music in their fucking heads into the Brian.
Agreed. So, with Back to the Front out, would you say that there is any plans in the future for Entombed A.D. to release another album?
Hell yeah. Yeah, we're gonna. I mean, after December, we have some shows in Russia and whatnot, some really obscure places. But
cool.
Come Christmas, it's gonna be. We will defy Jesus Christ and get into our own black rooms and hail Satan with proper riffing and constructing of those so that it makes sense together. And then come January we'll continue together to write, and hopefully February too, and then the plan is to, if all goes well, and that is a huge if, we will have it done, mixed, and hopefully released by, you know, next fall, is it? September, yeah, that would be the fall.
Yeah.
I'm still struggling with the.
I get it. I get what you mean.
What's autumn? What's spring? Actually, spring and autumn and fall is the same thing. That's why I get confused.
Yes.
I must have more beer.
Of course.
I have a couple of questions regarding the thing. Do you feel that, obviously, I didn't know there was another Entombed going in tandem with you. So do you feel that having the name change has benefited you and helped you kind of get to a point where you can kind of like start doing stuff again?
Well, yes, I know, because still, I mean, there's all kinds of layers in this, shall we call it a debate, and that's what we were worried about, that, you know, if you look on the internet, if you look on emailing or whatever, there's like different, there's a whole lot of opinions out there. So we were a bit anxious when we got on the road, but I must say that I'm really chuffed and really happy about the fact that the live experience, and everywhere we've gone so far playing live, it's been not the same, it's actually been better. And I don't think it's because, you know, people love the AD edition. It's more like, you know, it's they felt like there's a change in things and they want to check out, so did the change go for the good and the bad, or the bad? And we feel, I mean, from our perspective, it feels like they've chosen to decide that it's for the better, and I couldn't be happier, and none else in the band, because it's like we're not trying to the fact of this change in name is not because we want to fuck someone over or we want to exclude someone on purpose. It's more like that very person has, you know, in every fucking possible way proven that he doesn't want to do this. So now it feels like we're a team, proper team together again, like, you know, any band that, you know, we have a world to fucking fight here, and it'd be a how should we put it, preferred if everybody was on the same page.
Yeah.
And now it feels like everybody is. So it's a really strong team sense that I think is very important for any band to do fucking anything, really.
And my second question more is not really related in specifically to Entombed, it's more about the Swedish death metal scene in general. Right, I saw a question in an interview with somebody where they asked, and I'm going to ask this to you, why do you, I mean obviously the Swedish style is a lot more melodic than say the American style or maybe grindcore, so why do you think that the Swedish style is that much different than...
It's an interesting question, and I remember I was in a studio where there was this pop badass producer, and this American, I think it was Rodney Jerkins or some fucking really high up there, like doing songs for all the really big ones. And he said, like, you know, what's up with the melodies, man? How come you find these melodies? And then his conclusion was that it's got to be something in the water, man. It's in the water. I'm feeling it. And he was drinking water. I mean, half, 50% on joke, obviously, but I think it says a lot that Sweden is so secluded, like all of Scandinavia, really. I mean, nowadays we get internet and we get as much as everybody else, but I think Sweden has developed a very strong sense of melodies connected to whoever you are. So it's like your environment will color you strongly, but then also you are encouraged to color your environmental melody with yourself very strongly as well. Yeah. So it's like I think we're all doing the same kind of old Swedish folklore theme, but with our own point of view. And I would think that that's the reason why I mean, any really Swedish music is really, if you compare to anyone else, very successful, because we how should we put it? We acknowledge the simplicity and the whole thinking of being direct with personal emotion.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest problem is worldwide, if you look, is that people stop listening to themselves because they're told to. 50% is because they're told to, and 50% is because they don't dare. I mean, and no one dares really that is doing music from the heart. But I think it's very important that if society encourages you to play your own tune as opposed to a tune that sounds like the latest tune on radio, you will in the end have more success. And I think that would be more than half of the reason why Sweden is, should we say, more successful than most other countries, is because not only in death metal, but you know, in a lot of different veins of music, is because we're still haven't been told that, you know, you can't do that shit, you have to be like that. It's still encouraged to be an individual. I'm sure it'll go away very, very soon. As soon as the money comes rolling in, you know, usually it goes away. But that's how I feel when I hear death metal. Even today with the melodic stuff, that a lot of it I don't fucking approve to at all. But still, there's some stuff that is just like, holy shit! It's mind-blowingly good in a very, very, for me, Swedish way, and that doesn't necessarily mean that it's good, but when it feels good and you feel that, you know, national spirit, I'm sure you have your bands too. You know, it's really hard to fucking stay away from. It's like, yes.
I mean, it's like when you hear that sound, you know it's your home sound, and it's like
precisely.
And you feel pride in it.
When it sounds like home, even if it's bad, it's fucking great. You know, I mean, not really bad, but you know, when it was half bad, it's like, yeah, man, I'll support you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's that feel that I think everybody is going for. Anybody who's listening to music, you just want that feel. Even the super professional producer, musicians, everybody wants that feel. And so far, shall we say that whoever who's in charge hasn't been able to spoil it completely. Yeah. They're in a good way, though. Sorry, mate.
Great set, by the way.
Cheers, mate.
Totally jealous of that guitar tone.
Thank you very much. Cheers, man. Appreciate it.
Well, that brings to the next question, actually. I mean, over the years, how would you say, how would you class your type of playing as a guitarist? I mean, over the years developing it.
Well, I mean,
I don't think
that's an interesting question. I mean, because I started off in Entombed, obviously, on the bass. Played the bass for 5 years. I was in a band before that, and I played the bass. Before that, I've been playing guitar all my life. So when I got to play guitar in Entombed, it was really at first hard for me because I had to think, not play, because I'm not originally. Like, you know, I fucking love Dave Gilmour, Jeff Beck, you know, players like just go one note, an hour.
Eric Clapton as well.
Eric Clapton, fucking, you know, it doesn't need to be slow, but, you know, the guys with total pitch and tone, that's my preference. And in death metal, there's, you know, there's basically not a whole lot of that. No problem. Nice set today, guys. Good stuff. Really.
Thanks very much, man.
I just wish you would have been later on the bill. No, it was ass kicking.
Oh, nice one, man. Thank you.
Proper death. Thank you.
Cheers, man. Thank you.
All the best.
Cheers, mate.
So I guess the final question for this interview is: do you have anything to say to the fans listening out there?
Thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for paying attention. Sorry for sluddering. This is the Stella Artois, Stella Artois in your language that is doing it.
Beer.
Artois, yeah, definitely. Absolute pleasure coming to England. We just played Manchester. We wish for the entire left of England to show up at the rest of the shows, obviously. If you don't, you will miss out. But if you don't still, get our album, check out Entombed, and try for once to be honest to yourselves. Ciao.
That's brilliant. So this is Michael Coyle,
And Danny Sanderson.
and you've been listening to Metal Temple.